Hi guys, welcome to the Fingertips Hub. So today we have someone very inspirational as our guest. Probably you guys even know him. He might be an inspiration to all of you because to me he is. So without further ado, I'm your host Tukaina and we present to you our guest. Let him introduce himself.
Hi, ladies and gentlemen, how are you doing? My name is Andrew Mudure, aka Drew Mudure, aka Mustafa, mother-in-law.
Welcome to our show, Mustafa. How are you?
Fine, thank you. No,
And niko poa kabisa.
fantastic.
Sawa. So I have a few questions for you today at the Fingertip Hub. Like, how was your journey being an actor? Like, did your journey showcase when you started Mother-in-Law?
No.
Okay.
Mother-in-law, the figure sometimes, but mother-in-law, I think, was my 95th character to play.
Wow.
I played 94 other characters before mother-in-law.
Before Mother-in-Law.
Yeah.
Okay. So were you well known in the other characters as you were well known in Mother-in-Law?
Well, it was pretty much localized. Of course, in the theater world, then I used to do a lot of interviews on radio and also newspaper clips,
Okay.
lots of them. So there are those who know me as a thespian, as an actor.
Okay.
There are those who know me as a TV actor. There are those who know me as a radio presenter. There are those who know me as a voiceover artist, a voice producer.
Very, very interesting.
So it depends on what space you consume your content.
Yeah, it's totally true.
Yeah.
Okay. One thing I want to know at first, like, what did you start with?
Very young. I started in what was then called Nairobi Pentecostal Church. I think now it's called SITAM.
Okay.
There was only one branch in Valley Road, and that's where I started my journey, doing Christmas sister plays, Sunday school plays, and musicals. Then at some point I joined the worship team there. I was in my teens. That's what I did, as well as concerts and musicals. So I started a lot heavy on music.
So first, your journey, we can say, started as a musician.
Yeah, can call it that, because a lot of the concerts used to be musicals.
Okay.
Yeah, then they had a phase of dancing as well.
Oh,
So
wow.
yeah, so it's been a complete journey.
It's been totally, the way even I hear you saying it, it's like a very big journey.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while.
You can describe to us like how your experiences have been on stage? Yeah, particularly on stage first.
Oh, stage is beautiful. It's one of the rawest form of art. It's like a painter, because you interact with the audience. Everything is on to one take. Show is 1.5 hours. You can't say you made a mistake. Let me start again.
Yeah.
You get instant feedback from the audience, and also the energy you get to feel. It's not like transmitting through a camera where just do what you have to do and it's up to the other person to get it. But it's the discipline. You learn your discipline there. You learn your delivery, your intonation, your quick thinking, your improv. Yeah, so I say some of the most advantaged actors out there are those who started their journey in theater. Yeah.
Very interesting.
And you can tell.
Okay. What was your longest running role on stage?
Oh, I think there was one I played just recently, a year, 1.5 years ago. It was on a musical called Subira. It was a military show.
Okay.
Kenyan story.
Okay.
Based during the 82 coup. And we were doing rehearsals 9 to 6, Monday to Saturday for 2 months. Then we did the performance for 2 weeks. The other long-running show I did was at Phoenix Players. It was there around Professional Center. The late James Falkland was directing it. I was the Lupita, on that show as well,
Okay.
and I think that ran for 21 days. That's Monday to Saturday for 3 weeks. Yeah,
So that
so
was the longest.
yeah, because theatre in Kenya usually it's just one weekend.
Yeah.
So when you get one is doing for 3 weekends or more.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
gets
yeah.
it gets a lot. Okay, in your daily life, let me ask you this, like with your characters that you've been playing, in any way has it affected in your real life? Because you know we get into situations whereby when you get too much into character, you forget who you are.
Well, it depends on the style of acting you're using. If you're using method acting, that can get to you. That's what the likes of very few people do it. Al Pacino, few actors I can name off the top of my mind. But there are 2 shows I did with that format. One was I'll Be Back Before Midnight. I can't remember the name of the author. And I was acting as a serial killer. It was a thriller. So that one quite because I did heavy research on it. Some point went to just observe people who are crazy and how they behave and how they interact. So that was quite deep. The other one was Misery by Stephen King, and it was a 2-hander. There were just 2 people on stage, myself and a lady called Sonia, and she now was a psycho, and she had found me on the roadside after a road accident, and she said she'll take care of me, and she took me to her little house, like garage, and decided to treat me there. And she said she'll not treat me until I write a book about her. Yeah, and so at some point, yes, I was injured, and it was quite amazing. This guy called Elias was doing the props there and managed to make a fake leg for me. And this lady would chop my leg off on stage, and blood splattering and all that. So some of the dark shows, of course, get to you, but you have to de-roll. You have to take time to get out of character and do what you enjoy the most. Interact with people, just to get that out of you. Yeah.
No, I'm so sorry about that.
No, it's fine. It's work. Yeah.
Okay, what is the first thing you do before taking up a role? You do research and approach a role, or you like when you're given a script, yeah? Because before you act, you're given a script of what you'll be doing. So you just say yes, I will just go ahead, or you do research and then you accept the role.
The production in Kenya runs really quick, so
Yeah.
there's not time for let me read the script first. Usually they give you a short synopsis of what the show is about, and then a brief character brief or character bible on who you're playing. Then you get the script.
Okay.
Yeah, so once you accept, okay, fine, I'll be able to do that, then to do it. So if, for example, if there's a romantic scene, ask, are you comfortable in nudity and things? Those are the questions that you'd be asked.
Okay.
Then if you're okay with that, then the script, you take it, then it's up to you and the director. Yeah.
Okay. Have you had a role whereby you have different accents?
Yes. A few of the shows I did at Phoenix, I think we did a lot of British accents there because we're doing a lot of the shows as they are. We want to contextualize in them. So there's the Shakespeare's, there's the Battles Mer, there was also the Ray Coonies, the Alan Ayckbourns. So it depends on what you're playing and who the character you're playing in. Most recently, there's a show I did at the Alliance in September last year. We're actually going on tour in a few weeks with it.
Okay.
It's called Stingy. It's an adaptation from Molière. Molière is like the Shakespeare of France.
Okay.
So Molière's play Les Misères, the Miser. So this we now put it as a Kenyan setting, African setting today.
Okay.
So then in one scene, because I was playing 2 characters, one scene I'm just a regular cricket businessman.
Okay.
And another, now the longest scene I had, I'm a cop. typical Kenyan cop in Swahili. "Nataka mambo gani?" And yeah, so yeah, that's pretty much
So
it.
you actually removed like your own series, I would say.
No, this is theater.
Okay, so you
Yeah.
removed your own and you'll
Yeah.
be featuring in it.
No. This was put together, as I told you, by the Alliance Francaise.
Okay.
John Sibi Okumu, you know him, and Stuart Nash, who's the director.
Okay.
He's one, you may have known him. He's directed I'll Marry When I Want by Ngugi wa Thiong'o. So what to do is to get the story and then bring it to today.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
because it's like now you take Romeo and Juliet and then you do it as today.
Oh, okay.
In Kenya today, in
Okay.
Africa today.
Yeah, I get it.
yeah.
And how was your experience with that?
Oh, it was interesting because it's heavily satirical, and of course you have to now dig into your history. Some of the well-known dictators, how they used to behave. This one I didn't do quite method acting, the character, but out of my interaction with the police for so many years, and how Sam would talk and how they behave, that's what I borrowed from. So that I was able to deliver that character.
Very amazing. Very amazing. Then I've heard you've even done radio.
Yes, I've done radio for about 8 years. Some of those were there's a station called Easy FM, which is now Nation FM.
Okay.
I was a radio presenter there on Saturdays with Wendy Kimani. I don't know, they know she's a musician. And then during the week, weekdays, late night from around midnight to 4 a.m., we're doing a show with the late Rhino Kokuni on QFM. That was in Swahili. Then from there, I went to Hot 96, where I did the Hot Breakfast, the Sizzle, and there's a throwback show I used to do. I can't imagine, I've actually forgotten. I loved it. Yeah, the Groove Train.
Okay.
Yeah, so I did that. Then went to another station where I helped set up their live breakfast show. It was an online station where I did the breakfast jam with Emma. I think you met her. She left. Yeah, she was my co-host then.
Okay.
Yeah.
We've heard you'll be having probably your own radio show.
Yes.
Tell us, can you brief us about that? Like the name it would have, like what type of audience would you want to capture through that radio station?
Yeah. Africa for Africans, that's it. We're setting up a radio station, an entire radio station online in these premises. We're in the advanced stages of that. And where the target market is the young African. There's been a want for African content and African music, African for Africans. And the borders are collapsing. And this, for us, our aim is to unite the continent under one voice, under one sound. When I say one sound, is that if Yemi Alade would be able to do a show or a song with Saudi Soul or whoever, basically opening the boundaries and for us to reach out to everyone and everyone to reach out to us. So it's basically showcasing Africa as it is. African music, African culture, cuisine, food, lifestyle. We want to turn the narrative and change the narrative of what Africa is. It's in us, beyond babies with distended bellies and ruins and wars and coups. I mean, that's not. We're here. That's not all what it's all about. Where you're from, that's not what it's all about.
It's true.
You know, I don't know whether people know where you're from, but it's one of the most magical places in the world, and it has been that way. So we want to change that narrative. It's our time and it's our turn. And for us, we want to enable that. We want to enable content creators and put up, from whatever part of the continent you are, whatever language you're speaking, put up your podcast there. We'll have a day for that. We'll be addressing African issues. We'll be addressing African content and entertainment and lifestyle, because guys who are doing well in Africa are not faking it. They're not faking it. They're not hiring houses and cars. They own the houses and the cars. In Nigeria, you find the guys rolling in a Ferrari. It's his.
Yes.
You see, so he's not just jumping into it, then getting off into a mobile app cab and head off with it, because then amerudishia mwenyewe. No, we are rich in culture, we're rich in wealth, we're rich in all that. So we want to plug into that agenda and be the enabler to be the voice of Africa for Africans. Yeah.
That is very good. You're showcasing Africa.
Yeah.
Rarely people do that.
Yeah. I mean, because you find yourself isolated.
Yeah.
Yeah, you find yourself isolated. Right now, the world is one place, I want to listen to a radio station in Nigeria, I will. But then now we speak as one voice, that with the voice of authority, and say, look, what you're doing is not right. This is okay. This is fine. Can you support this? Can you get behind this? Or what you did there, sir, that's crap. You shouldn't be doing that. You're misrepresenting us. So that's what the youth need, that voice, and that's what we're giving to them.
Okay.
Because if you go to New York, how many radio stations will you hear them play African music?
Yeah.
Unless it's a collabo. Yeah. So there's a 1.4 billion people market out there.
Mm-hmm.
70% under the age of 25, I think. So then just hear the sound of our people, and it's what we call Audacity Radio.
Audacity Radio.
Yeah.
What made you think of naming it Audacity Radio?
Because it is a bit corny, but it's Audacity with an O, and the reason it came with that because there's myself. There's Emma, there's Harriet, there's Nick, you met him, you met Mike.
Mm-hmm.
So we all had different giftings, There's one who knows how to navigate the corporate world. There's one who is absolutely mad about gear, and there's another one who does creative. So those two concepts, which is my company, Emma's Brush, which is Mike's company, and MIA, Multimedia International Agency, and we came together and we formed Audacity Media Group. And we called it, it's a congregation of ordinary distinctive Africans.
Okay.
Audacity. So it's
It's quite an interesting name, eh? Another question. Apart from this all acting, entertainment, like what do you do? Like, do you have a business?
Well, I have a small property I manage, so
Okay.
collect a bit of rent there.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Niambie jina yake hata mimi naweza rent hapo.
Ni pahali tu Nairobi, there's just a small piece of soil there where there's a housing unit there, and I rent out rooms.
That's totally interesting. Huwezi taka nikuwe tenant wako.
Huwezi survive huko. Utasumbuliwa.
Okay, and then I heard something about TV shows.
Yes, I did Mustafa on Citizen TV, Mother-in-Law. I did that. I was on air for that for about 13 years. I usually meet with people now, unajua nilikulea. Because 13 years of someone's life, that's someone who's probably started watching it in standard 1 and watched me all the way till campus. You get so there's that. Many other shows I've done before. That was Heartbeat FM. That was way back when. There was Wingula Moto. I featured in that as well. I also featured in Better Days. That's way back then, before cell phones and things. And then after Mother-in-Law, I did Kina. I did a short episode there. I also did Selena. I did a short episode there. I did a number of movies for the Mnet African movies, whatever. I've done a number of movies with them. Latest I did was last year, which I was nominated for Best Supporting Actor in Kalasha for the movie Bargain Bride.
Okay.
Joe, ziko kadhaa.
Ziko mingi sana. Okay, so as I've heard, Mustafa, you have a lot of experience in the film industry. Have you never thought of like brainstorming something and have like your own episode or your own film that is produced by you?
I actually have a series of concept, which hopefully, I mean, when I get funding, I'll be able to do it, or be able to be commissioned by one of the big houses to do it. Yeah, so it's there.
Okay.
It's in the works.
It will be something based in Kenya?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm an African. You're an African.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, so it's all for us now, man.
Okay, since I'm very interested in that, what you just said, you would give us like, what would it be about? Like, is it a horror movie, a romantic movie?
Let's just say it's a drama.
Oh, it's a drama.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to do much into that.
We really want you to start doing that.
Yeah.
Because we'd be interested, because someone like you who is you have experience in the film industry would be really interested to see that drama.
Yeah, sure. Once get the funding, I'll be able to do it.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
So for now, as from the Fingertips side, we really wish you the best on your radio. You said
Thank you.
show or radio station?
It's a radio station.
Audacity.
Audacity Radio.
I would hear
The
it
sound
for
of our
sure.
people.
I would really wish to hear that. So we pray for you.
Thank
May
you.
God bless you.
You
May
too.
God provide you with what you're wishing for this
Amen.
year.
You too.
And we really want to see you very soon.
Yeah.
We'll be coming to your radio station to interview.
Sure.
Yeah?
Sure.
Yeah?
No problem. No, I think I'll be the one interviewing you. So I don't know who'll be interviewing the other. But yeah.
God willing,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, we'll work
It
together.
was
No
so
problem.
amazing having you on the show.
Thank you.
Yes. So yeah,
Ah,
thank
yeah.
you so much for giving us all the details. Hi. So for you guys, mmesikia hakuna Audacity radio station is coming up. Make sure you hear that Audacity. It's just fun to say Audacity, isn't it? So yeah, we had an inspirational actor with us today, and keep up for more interesting episodes. Thank you, and we love you guys.